Happy Friday, 8th grade. Woohoo! Today is Friday, May 1st. We finally made it to May. How about that? Okay, this is Math 8. We're in lesson 21. And notice the green paper, right? We're going to do the guided and independent practice. It's Friday, so what does that mean for us? That means our quiz is on Monday. Okay. A couple of things. I have a pencil, I have my ruler, and I do have the notes that we did earlier in the week. I also have my window open, and there is a goose outside just carrying on. So if you hear that, that's coming from my open window. You hear it? I have a lot to say. Okay, my friends, let's go through these. These aren't exceptionally, there's not a lot of problems, right? There's really only 4 problems. So, okay, let's go through these together. This makes me sad. Talk through these problems as a class and then write your answers below. Makes me sad. I miss you guys. Okay, here we go. The diagram shows lines L, M, N, P, and Q all cut by transversal T. Remember when the line comes in and cuts through everything? So this is the transversal. All right. Which 2 lines are parallel and how do you know? They're not all parallel, right? So which of these 2 lines are parallel in here? Okay, I see them. Do you see them? Okay, I think that line L and line P are parallel. So I'm just going to say line L and P are parallel. Okay, well, we don't get away with it that easy. We have to prove it. Now, this is where you're going to have to like ignore some parts. Okay, so see these 2 lines in here? We're going to try to ignore those. So pretend they're not there. And if these 2 are parallel, can I highlight them? Let's do that. Maybe that will help me focus. Okay. I'll just do a fine line here. If L and P are parallel, okay, oops. And here's the transversal coming down. So ignore the ones in the middle. No, that's kind of hard. Let's use what we know. Really, the only angles I see are right here. This one is 120, and this one is 60. So if I go with corresponding angles, right? Corresponding angles, same location at the intersection, are congruent. So if I look at this intersection, upper left is 120. Go to this intersection. Upper left is 120. Is that true? Do these 2 make a linear pair, right? They make a straight line. 120 plus 60. Is that 180? Yeah, I can go backwards. Let's go corresponding angles. This is 60. It is the bottom left. If I go to the bottom left, right here is 60 degrees. Is that true? Do these make 180? They do. So we can say that, what do we say, corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, that'll do it. Not too bad. Okay, let's go to number 15. Ari drew 2 lines, P and Q, and a transversal line, T. I like how they make the transversals T. Get it? Perpendicular to Q. So these are perpendicular right here, right? So we know that's 90 degrees. The measure of angle 1 is 90 degrees. I'm going to put this over here just to remind us. Okay? He says that since angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding, right? Same location at the intersection. Since they are corresponding angles, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. And the measure of angle 2 must equal 90 degrees. But if he comes in and measures this, you can tell by looking at that. That is not 90 degrees. But when he measures angle 2, he finds it at 75 degrees. That's not 90, right? This is 90. Actually, let's put the number. This is 90 degrees. So corresponding angles, same location at the intersection. Upper left, upper left. Explain Ari's mistake. What did Ari do wrong? I can see it. Can you see it? This only works, like up here, when what happens? These 2 lines have to be parallel. P and Q have to be parallel for corresponding angles to be congruent. So I'm just going to say line P and Q, oh sorry, I've got cursive going, must be parallel, LLEL, for, oh here, I'll do it with the symbol, for angle A, angle 1 and angle 2 to be congruent. So, right idea, wrong picture, right? They either both have to be straight or they both have to be slanted. Okay. All right, let's try this one. In the diagram, A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. So let's think about what that means. That means these two lines are parallel, and that means these two lines are parallel. Okay. Write an argument to support the claim that the measure of angle X here is equal to the measure of angle Y. All right, well, if you take a look at this, these are my parallel lines, and this whoosh, cutting through, that's a transversal, right? So go back to my definitions. I'm inside the lines, interior, and these are on the opposite sides. Alternate interior, right? Opposite sides of the transversal, inside the parallel lines, they are congruent. So we can say that the measure of angle X is congruent. I'm going to use that symbol. I like that one. To the measure of angle Y, because they are alternate interior angles. And if they are, that means they're congruent. All right, not bad. All right. Let's do it. Last page. Okay, this one's kind of strange. It's different than what we've ever done. Use what you've learned to complete this task. So we got a little activity here. Emily is planning a quilt. She has cut fabric into identical triangles like the ones shown below. She plans to use these triangles to make a border for her quilt. Okay, so show how she can transform, hey, last two lessons. Show how she can transform the triangles to form a row of triangular pieces to fit between the parallel lines of the border. Okay, so here's the border. What translations can I do to this to fill this in? Okay. For the first arrangement, begin with the piece shown. So now I'm going to take the triangle in this orientation and let's do some transformation. So I can translate, I can rotate, or I can reflect. You remember, this is slide, this is turn, and this is flip. All right, I don't know about you. The easiest one is probably going to be a slide. So if I just slide this down and draw it again, that's what my ruler's for. A reflect might be fun, right? If I got in here and flipped it over, then it would like come up this way and come down. They'd look like cat ears. You know what? I think I want to try that. Can I measure this thing? What? Let's go down here. How big is it? No, of course not. Is it like 1/2 inch or something? Oh, it is. Okay. So 1/2 inch. So the next one will come to here, and then come to here, and then come to here. I'm cheating. I'm just doing the bottoms. Okay. Now, if I reflect this, if I put my spatula under and flip it over, it's going to, oh, let's see if I can do this straight up and down. I'm eyeballing it. It's going to look like this, right? Right, if I get it. So the line of reflection is right here. So if I get it and flip it. Now, this is interesting. What if I get under this one and flip it? Well, this one's actually going to go back this way. Right? The line of rotation is here, or the line of reflection, pardon me. All right, now I'm going to flip it again, and it's going to go back the other way. It's going to come back this way. Let's see if I can. Okay, and then if I flip it one more time, the backs are going to stay together. So that's kind of fun. So it would make these little triangles, like a equilateral. Well, is it equilateral? Might be. So that would be the design. Okay, all right, now let's try a different one. show another arrangement beginning with the piece shown here. So now the border edges are smaller. They've rotated the triangle now. It's kind of long and wide. I could flip again. Let's translate this time. Can I do that? All right, so if I just slide this down, I'm kind of eyeballing this because I don't know the exact angle on that. I could get a protractor out, but okay, how long is it? It's inches, probably an inch, right? Yeah, they're about. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how long it is so I can get some idea of how. Okay. So it's going to look something like this, right? If I just translate it and then try and keep that same angle. It's like arts and crafts here. Everybody's drawing. I'm drawing. Okay. All right, you get the idea. So this was a reflection and this was a translation. I just took the piece and slide it, slide it, slide it, slide it. This would be a pretty design too, I think. Okay. All right, Emily decides on the arrangement shown below by continuing to transform the triangle. So it looks to me like she's doing a translation. The edge of the borders are parallel. So this is parallel to this. Name 3 pairs of congruent angles. Use the angle relationships to explain why they are congruent. Identify a set of supplementary angles. So we have to find 4 things. 3 pairs of congruent angles and a set of supplementary. Okay, congruent means the same measure. Now, if you think about this, these are the parallel lines. Each one of these lines is like a transversal, right? I could come through, that's a transversal. This should be parallel. That's like a transversal, 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 transversal. Okay. I also know that these are triangles, right? And they're similar. Or no, not similar. Hello, congruent, right? I'll get it right. These are transformations. We didn't change. This is a translation. Same size, same shape. So all I have to do is find corresponding angles. The angles that match each other, and those are all similar. Okay. They're all congruent. Oh my goodness. Pick a word, Mrs. Hedrick. Blah. Okay. Congruent. So let's look inside the triangle. What if I come out here to this, kind of like this long skinny tip of the triangle? So because these are translations, they're all identical. So I know that angle 4 is going to be equal to who? Well, it's going to match angle 9. And that's going to match angle 15. And how do I know? I know that because these are congruent triangles. Okay, that's one way. Okay. Now, let's look at these shorter sides, like right here. Maybe let's look at this set. So, if I stay inside the lines, can I do the alternate interior angle? So what if I pick, let me go back and erase these. What if I pick angle 8? Let's do alternate interior. So angle 8, so who's on the other side of the transversal inside the parallel line? So angle 8 and angle 6. So if angle 8 and angle 6 are there, wouldn't angle 13 and 12 be the same? Look at how they fall on the triangle. And angle 1, this one doesn't have a name, so I can't name that one. Okay, so I'm going to say they're equal to angle 13, which is equal to angle 12, which is equal to angle 1, and this unknown angle. And these are congruent because why? They're alternate interior angles. Okay. All right, let me erase my marks. Okay, we need to find one more set. Okay, what do we want to go with this time? Let's see what the book went with. They went with alternate interior, corresponding, same place at the intersection. You want to do those? Okay, let's do that. Let's do this long line. Okay, now this one's going to be harder to see. I'm going to extend so we can see. Okay, so here's an intersection here and here, all right? Try to ignore these other lines. So I'm looking at this line, and this one, okay? So let's go with, oh, well, you know what? Is that going to work as well? Well, let's pick angle 8. Angle 8 should match. Well, no, I don't know if I like that either, guys. Angle 8 matches angle 1. Angle 3 matches angle 9. All right, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. That was a complicated picture. Okay, I'm happy with those. All right, now the easy one. Let's do supplementary. Okay. By definition, what are supplementary? Do you remember? Where did I tuck my definition? Here. Supplementary angles are two angles, or in this case it might be three, that equal 180. I've got to find the ones that equal 180. All right. So let's look on here. Actually, I've got this kind of darkened right here. If I want to come all the way across, this would make 180 degrees. That would make a linear, it's not a linear pair, that would be a linear trio. So what angles are they? Angle 4 plus angle 5 plus, angle 8 would equal 180 degrees. Okay, what if I came up like here? Angle 12 plus angle 14 plus angle 16 would also equal 180 degrees. All right, and you want to be extra crazy? How about this one? I'm going to erase these. Angle 14, angle 15, and angle 13. 13, 14, 15. What do you notice about those three? They're all inside the triangle. Do you remember that? That's like, I don't know, what is that, 6th grade? The sum of the angles inside of a triangle equals 180. Okay. All right, my friends. So let's talk about your practice. Let me get my marker to write on here. Okay. So for some extra practice, I want you to do practice and problem solving. Let's do I have one? Yes. Page 223 to 224. We'll take our quiz on Monday. I think I'm going to do the same thing I did. I really hope you guys watched the video before you took the quiz. I got 2 comments from students that was very helpful. So please make sure you do that, okay? You guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you Monday with a quiz. You're welcome. Bye.